Well, the woke mob is at it again, this time in Alexandria, Virginia. And you want to talk about people living on Stupid Street. So, this past Saturday, they voted in Alexandria to rename all these streets that were named after Confederate leaders, members, anything to do with the Confederacy. But there's a problem. There's a problem, as there always is when they try to go back and rename streets, take down statues, flags. And this is an article at Fox News, story by Stephanie Price. This came out yesterday, the 22nd. It says here, Virginia City to rename first set of streets that honor Confederate leaders. And there are 41 streets in Alexandria that are associated with the Confederacy. 41 streets that they're going to go back and rename. In an effort to honor the contributions of prominent African-American figures in the city's history, the Alexandria City Council has unanimously voted to rename the first set of streets that honor Confederate leaders. Among the streets being renamed is Forest Street, which is named for Confederate General Nathan Bedford Forrest, the first Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. But what Fox News fails to mention here is that when Nathan Bedford Forrest saw all this violence happening with the Klan, he demanded that they burn their robes and they disband. True story. Go look it up. Nathan Bedford Forrest. But here's the problem. The city of Alexandria was founded by John Alexander, a Scotsman, who owned slaves, invested in tobacco, grain, and this is at Alexandria's official city site. Alexandria, founded in 1749, has a fascinating history, and many of its historic buildings are still preserved today. During its long history, Alexandria was a tobacco trading post, one of the 10 busiest ports in America, a part of the District of Columbia, home to the largest slave trading firm in the country, and a large free black population. It was also a Civil War supply center. So wait a minute. So Alexandria was home to the largest slave trading firm in the United States at the time. So it looks like these people in Alexandria are going to have to go back and rename their town after renaming all these streets that were named after people like Nathan Bedford Forrest. But you'll get a picture of how stupid this is here in a moment. And it was also a streetcar suburb for federal workers, but it was also hometown to George Washington, Robert E. Lee, Jim Morrison, and Mama Cass. Well, there's a combination for you. George Washington, Robert E. Lee, Jim Morrison, and Mama Cass. Did Jim Morrison own a Confederate battle flag? Just curious. Maybe Mama Cass? No, the mamas and papas, they were from California, right? But this is at Alexandria's official city site. Alexandria had one of the largest slave trading firms in the United States in 1749. So getting back to the article, and this is where it gets really stupid. So the measure outlines the intent to drop in R, and it would simply be Forest Street instead of Forest, F-O-R-E-S-T. So now it's going to be F-O-R-E-S-T, as in trees, which is also within walking distance of Sycamore and Hemlock Streets. You know the old joke, suburbia, where we cut down all the trees and name streets after them. But shouldn't you get rid of the name Hemlock? Because hemlock's a poison. Wasn't it Socrates who killed himself with hemlock? If people see the name Hemlock on a street somewhere, it might suggest that they should take hemlock and kill themselves. I mean, this is how stupid it gets. I mean, that's the best way to describe it, stupid. Now, what's really funny is they have a picture here of a street named Union Street. Well, it turns out that slavery did not end in the United States in the Union until late 1865. They were still having slave auctions in Kentucky. New Jersey did not officially end slavery till January of 1866. See, these people don't even know their own history. Now, another street name that is up for change is Early Street, which is named after Confederate Major General Jubal Early, never heard of him, who led the attack on D.C.'s Fort Stevens during the Civil War. Its proposed new name will be Harriet Jacobs Street, after the abolitionist and author of the book Incidents in the Life of a Slave Girl. Well, I bet you if I dig deep enough, I could probably find a slave owner whose last name was Jacobs. So if you're going to go back and you're going to name all these streets that were named after Confederate military leaders, anybody to do with the Confederacy, well, maybe you should look at your own history. Alexandria. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, so can we not say the word early anymore? I'm early for work. It's early morning. Because if you say early, people might conjure up this image of Jubal Early from the Confederacy. So if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. You can also follow me at Instagram, #JasonComposes, because I write music in my spare time. Or you can find me at X, Culture Confederacy, at CultureConfed1 on X. This is the Culture Confederacy saying peace out. Stay safe, everybody. God bless this thing called the United States. And you know how we do it here. This is where the past crashes with the present. I'll catch you next time, and you all have a great Tuesday.